You hear...
Alright. Wait. Okay, go. Start over.
As you all awaken... Sorry. You hear a lot of music. And you hear jovial sounds coming from everywhere. But as you all come to and head out of your rooms, you see that the tavern has been completely redecorated. There are banisters all over the walls, all different royal crests. You see that the door is wide open and there's a small parade going on outside. It is maybe 6, 7 a.m. So it is rather early.
What in the world are all these people doing in here this early? I didn't even drink that much and it's already giving me a headache.
You see Balgraf has walked out and goes, I know what you mean. It's overwhelming.
Oh well, might be some people I can pickpocket.
He looks over at you and goes, you? Pickpocket? You're a little big for that.
I've been meaning to say that. I heard you say that last night, and I kind of like, oh yeah, okay. But now that I'm looking you over, I'm like, you got big hands, right?
It's pretty easy to pickpocket someone when you're picking them up.
Very, very big hands.
So you pick them
that'll
and
do
the
it.
pocket.
Yeah, pretty much. They're more concentrating on me than their pocket.
I pull the cat out of my bag and put it on my shoulder.
Don't let the cat out of the bag.
I just look like I have no idea what he's talking about.
You see Balgraf has gone to wander out into the street. Just to see what's going on. Does anybody follow him?
Heck yeah, I'm going. I want to see
Yeah.
what's going on and
You see
make
there-
sure he's staying upright.
There is a train
He was kind of
of...
drunk yesterday.
To protect him.
There's
I
a
think I have
train
to
of
keep him safe
musicians.
until he goes home, don't I?
Yes. There's a train of
Then I follow.
musicians. There's kids running around playing with wooden swords. You see, as the kids are playing, one of them yells, "I got you! You're dead! You're dead!" And the other one goes, "No, you didn't!" And they run down an alleyway. As you continue walking around, you see that in the main thoroughfare there's a small play that has begun. It seems like a totally different city than you were in the night before.
Like in the amount of people that are on the streets and...
Just like
Or what?
festival time.
Okay.
It does look like there is a festival occurring today. Is this normal? Typical? Something we should have been aware of?
I think I heard about this before for the Great Hunt. They kind of do this. I think that's what it is.
Balgraf looks over at you and goes, "Well, you're rather an astute half-elf. You'd be completely correct. This is the pre-hunt festival. We're not going to be partaking in the pre-hunt festival. That's for all the townsfolk. We're actually going to be heading towards the Briar Thicket as soon as possible."
Well, what are we waiting for then?
We're gonna try to get a
on the
lead out?
way.
That doesn't
I was
seem
actually-
fair.
Gonna ask if we were all ready or if we had to stop for any other supplies before we left.
I look at Kobe and Oldie and I say, "Are y'all good?"
You see, they both kind of look at each other.
And then I turn around, "We're good." And I scratch the kitty behind the ear that's on my
You see
shoulder.
that the ear starts to like
fall off.
slowly fold off.
Well, this is kind of odd, but I think they're ready.
That is decidedly unpleasant.
Decidedly.
He wouldn't let me have it last
Any of you
night,
guys
so I brought it out in the morning.
good at it stinks up the room? Any of you guys good at making a scene? Maybe we can get some people on our side before we leave. Some of
What was that?
I mean, like the townspeople. Maybe we can get some of them on our side before we leave.
Some of the
Cheering for us,
townsfolk.
all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, break it up a bit.
Am I sorry?
Yeah, we can try to
That's a good
talk to
idea.
some. But are we trying to
But I think
leave
that he
before
wants us to
all the other
leave.
teams?
You guys do notice who has the highest passive perception?
That's probably not me.
Be someone with a high wisdom
12.
score.
I have 14.
Days is 14.
I'm 14.
So you three with the 14. You notice that the red and black knights of Rathmore are currently walking south, which is the direction of the Briar Thicket.
Yeah, we gotta get going.
I'm just thinking, you have like the townspeople. They usually cheer for who they want to. If they're aware of the part, is the town aware of like who's going to hunt this dragon? Do they have
Oh,
like,
yeah, that's a good question.
oh, we're betting on this person,
So, I
that they're
think
going
we
to kill
should
the
leave.
dragon. They'll be home. They'll come back with the dragon. Or oh, we like these people because they're cool. Or is it just
Have any of you
"Eh,
ever
dragon."
been? Have any of you been to the restaurant Medieval Times?
No.
No.
Well, it's a restaurant where you get like old style food and you bet on a certain night and everybody has a different color. It's pretty much like that. You see a few people have small banners saying dragon off for the win, or there's one that says where's Liechtenstein.
Not here.
You see there's one that says Iron Heart, and you, Thogar, would know that that's the last name of Balgraf.
Yep.
You also see several other banners. They are pretty much rooting for their own champions. And there's many different types of townsfolk here. You can tell that people have come from near and far to see the outcome of the Great Hunt.
Well, that's good. At least we have somebody. So I said, well, I think I see our banner. That's good.
Well, in that case, Thogar's gonna stand up as tall as he can and shout at,
Is everybody ready for us?
as loud as he can.
So breaking up. I'm sorry, it's a bit broken. Yeah, it's probably just a bad connection.
Yeah.
So,
So Thogar, he yells out, is everybody ready for,
This is taking a long time to reload.
like, our group or whatever?
I'll be back in a second if you can hear me.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, no.
so as you all, I'm assuming you all are heading out to follow.
Yes. Did
Oh,
anybody respond to that, though, when Thorgar said that? when he yelled
What did he
out.
say?
He yelled out like, "Is everybody ready for our group or whatever?"
Oh, the whole crowd around starts to cheer. They didn't really catch what group you're in, but they're
Okay.
It didn't matter. Like,
they're just happy. They're happy to be included.
Okay.
Alright. Can you guys hear me?
So there are cheers all around as Thogar yells that. But you can tell that some of the
Can you
people
hear me
cheering. Yeah,
Yes.
I can hear you.
Yes.
Alright,
Oh.
everybody.
No.
Okay. I think
as
Craig
we,
was having a bit of a fit.
yeah. As we kind of go out, though, if there's any flames, it's still kind of morning time, I guess. If there's any flames, I'm going to use thaumaturgy to kind of make all the flames go like different colors and stuff, and I'm going to create a little like flame ball and turn it the same color as the other flames that I can do, just to kind of do a little showmanship as we're getting ready to leave.
All right.
Trying to make our band even better
Okay.
looking, at least in their eyes.
Yeah, I feel left out, so I do prestidigitation, little small sparks. Because it's all I can do.
I was gonna yell out after getting him all excited with like who's ready for a hunt. I was gonna be like
Day does the same thing. There's like
I was gonna say
fireworks. Adds to the fireworks.
I want Thogar and Day to do performance checks.
Yeah. Okay. I was gonna yell at him. You better watch the Ironheart gang. They're bringing home the prize.
18 for Day.
I'm not very good performer.
He's very subtle about it.
So,
That's too bad.
Day, you're standing behind Thogar as Thogar's yelling out, root for Ironheart, and fireworks are just shooting out of his shoulders as you're hiding behind him, which draws in quite a crowd. You see a couple of people, they hand off their banners, and you see them run over to a small kiosk and buy Ironheart banners. And you see that with the combination of you and Thogar, you both have drawn a bit of a posse.
I say,
Walking around.
keep it up, my good man. You are
And,
becoming a crowd favorite.
As they're doing that, and I have the change of the color and everything. I can as it's kind of going on, I try to get the I can like move the ground a little bit around us.
Mhm.
So I'll do that, and I like behold, and and I try to
I
present
will,
the rest of the groups.
I will say roll a performance check.
Oh, I got performance.
I just
But like, not that I clogged either one.
I just make little sparklers. Because it's all I can do.
So, Zan, as you're shaking the ground, you time it so that every step that Thogar makes in front of you guys, the ground shakes a little. And the whole crowd is just awestruck watching this large half-orc amble down the street as the whole ground shakes.
Perfect.
So, as you guys amble out of the town, eventually your posse does break apart because they do not wish to leave the city. You guys walk out of the city, and about after a half hour to 45 minutes of walking, you guys reach the Briar Thicket, and you no longer hear the din.
Otherwise, stuff goes bad. I go and I take his food, and then I go to flush it again, and the toilet gets real bad. Real bad.
So y'all, somebody's got some talking in the background.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea to mute yourselves.
Mute yourself, yeah. Okay.
I don't know what they're talking about.
Well, everybody else does now.
Excuse me. Oh, wow.
It's all right, but it was pretty funny.
So as you are looking at this corrupted wood, you see that the trees themselves are black and they have a thick, dark sap running from it. It does not look healthy by any means. But you see that this is the direction that the Crimson Crusaders had went. So who would like to lead the party?
Maybe we might not want to follow right behind. They could set us up. Oh, you're shifty. The rogue should probably lead. I look at you with big eyes, and I'm not saying it as like a slight. I'm like saying it as yeah, you're the impressive one that can
Were you
do
not
stuff.
so adorable, I might take offense to such words. But seeing as how I am quite sure of your innocent intentions, I am happy to proceed our collective.
Was that not the right words?
Oh, quite right, my dear, quite right.
Okay.
Fine for me.
So Day will essentially get 20-ish feet, 30 feet-ish in front. Well, where are we? Do we have any view of this other group, or are they just like long gone?
Well, you guys were causing a bit of fanfare, so I'd say they're probably gone by now.
They slipped off. Okay. So, do we want to try to catch the other group, or do we just want to proceed at our own pace, my friends?
You know, I kind of like what I'm sorry, I forget his name. Borgrath.
Balgraf.
I kind of like what Borgrath had to say. You know, it's not a bad thing to let somebody else kind of weaken the dragon, so we can take all the credit. So letting them go ahead, I'm okay with. And you know, maybe if we can try to keep them in view, it's better to see them way ahead of us than to worry about them on us.
And I was gonna say something.
However, I think the whoever it was that possessed that signet ring was permanently waylaid on their road. I do not believe that those that we met last evening were likely to meet the same fate. As I had mentioned, we dealt with them quite efficiently.
So who is leading the charge into the Briar Thicket?
Well, Day is content to sort of be out front, but he's certainly not any kind of a tracker.
Okay. Because whoever's in the front can either make a perception or a survival check.
I'm
To
all
lead
right
the-
with perception.
I tell
How about a natural 20
I
for
tell-
a 24 perception?
Kobe and Oldie to be quiet and follow quietly.
So, Day,
You see,
your
you see-
natural 20.
Sure.
What were you going to say?
Oh, just an aside. I was gonna say, you see, when I'm a player on Roll20, Roll20 loves me.
Yeah.
When I'm the DM, Roll20's like, sorry, dude, you're screwed. Anyway, sorry, I digress. But yes, natural 20 for a 24.
You you actually do very well as you walk into the woods, kind of out of your element. You come to a small clearing, and you look through the trees into the clearing, and you see a chimera fighting a hydra. So you slowly scoot the party around, um, staying far enough away to where you're not actually going to cause them to notice you guys, and you scoot around unseen. So the first length of this journey has been completed. I need you to roll another perception or survival check.
Would anyone care to assist me in this endeavor? I am okay with staying to the path, but if we should venture off the path, I might not be as successful.
I can.
Not my department.
All right. 14, not quite as good.
All right. So as you're traveling, you come to a part in the forest where there are a few rivers, and I'm going to switch you guys over to this. One moment. Not this one, but that's what you're about to get. Going to this one. Sorry, I got a lot of maps. There. You should see all of your tokens at the northern part of the map, as well as the one in the front, which shouldn't be in the front because he's not leading, but that's Ballgraph. The one in the front is Day.
Day would have been out, like I said,
A ways.
between 20 and 30 feet in front of the others, just to keep a little bit of a buffer.
Okay. So about 20 feet in front of the others. You do notice two individuals sitting by one of the rivers that cross through this wood, and they are currently washing their hands, and they're washing red from their hands.
Do I recognize them from the evening before?
Perception check is what I'm going to have to tell you.
Another
help?
natural 20 for a 20.
Oh, never mind. I don't need to help.
All right, so as you approach, you see black veins going up the side of the neck. Would normally be tan skin, but have you ever seen someone who's tan but very, very sick? And they have like a pale look to their skin?
Mhm.
That's what's going on with these people. They have tan skin, but it's pale, and their cheeks are sunken in. Their eyes look like it's starting to sink in. They look
We
for
were
wear.
talking about this earlier, so he should recognize this, I would think, right?
It was mentioned several times. Once by you, once by the group of dignitaries.
That's right. We were.
So Day would try to signal the others to stop, and would also try to quietly move back to them without being noticed.
Roll a stealth.
Oof. I rolled a 3, so I got a 10.
So, as you start walking backwards, you step on a stick, and it makes a noise. And as that happens, you see both of them look up, and you.
Friends, do pardon the intrusion. And I'm gonna wait and see what their response is.
The male stands up. He has a hood on, and he, kind of in a gravelly tone, goes, "I'd suggest you leave."
Well, perhaps you could help us. We are looking for a group that has wandered into these woods and perhaps has run afoul of trouble.
You rolled a natural 20 on two of your perception checks.
Well, the first one was quote a while ago.
Yes, it was. So the second one was when you approach them, you would also notice that on top of on top of this one's bag is a riding hat.
Similar to the ones that were being worn by the folks that Zan spoke with.
Yes. And they were currently washing their hands off with washing blood off of their hands.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, as far as Day's concerned, they might have just eliminated some of the competition, which is probably fine. He was actually referring to the knights or whatever that went ahead.
You have, I'm sure, a high enough passive insight to know that these folks
Were the red paladins or whatever, the Crimson Crusaders, were they ahead of us? Is that the one?
they were ahead of you.
So he was actually referring to them.
Yeah. The male seems like he's said his piece. The female is starting to stand up. She fixes her cloak, looks over at the man, makes a head motion towards the woods. The man puts his hand up and goes, "Do you plan to leave?"
Well, we can certainly be on our way. We mean trouble. Perhaps you've seen some individuals, humans, with very remarkable armor. They may have found their way. They may have lost their way.
We saw them.
Ah, very good. Perhaps you could point us in their direction so we might retrieve them.
They both turn and look at each other and then point deeper into the woods.
Well, thank you kindly. We will be on our way. And Day is going to signal the others to, head the direction that they pointed.
So you're gonna walk past them.
Do I feel like that they're okay with us being in their territory, or do they look like, we're not welcome here at all?
Definitely not.
Actually, I need to whisper to you real quick. So you know of the Therans of Thranduil.
Right.
Many of them are cursed, and many of them are cursed with lycanthropy.
Jeez. We're so screwed.
So, they are very foul-tempered all the time.
Okay. Yeah, we're not getting past them. Okay.
There's some food facts or something, right?
I softly speak up and say, Day, yeah. They might not want us to be here.
So I'll look back. So after hearing her say that, I'll look back to them and I'll say, "What must we do to acquire permission to find said lost knights?"
They look at each other, and then the female steps forward and goes, "Do you wish to find the knights, or do you wish to kill our dragon?"
Oh crap.
Your dragon?
I say nothing. I look at my toes because I'm a bad
First
liar.
off, can I hear the conversation? I guess.
You guys would hear this. You're only like 15, 20 feet away from Day.
Okay. Yeah. So I say, can you tell us why it's your dragon?
It chose our glade.
Have you considered that it might not be in your best interest to allow it to remain? You forgive me for being so forward and bold, but you look unwell, my friends.
The female stops speaking, and the male steps forward and goes, "Our affliction is self-inflicted." And as he says that, you guys watch as the man and woman drop to their knees.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Those are not good sounds.
And I say, lycanthropy. That's all I say.
And their bones start snapping, their skin starts peeling back as they start to transform into large bipedal wolves.
Ah, very good. I say, well, that is not something one sees every day, my friends. Prepare yourselves. I'm saying back to the others.
Oh well.
So we need to roll initiative.
Well, we don't have to.
We can just say we blast them.
Yeah.
13 for Day.
Can you put up,
1 second.
pull out my
Yes.
frenzies? My frenzies.
Oops.
Yes, I can most certainly do that.
Uh-oh, how come I can't move my character? Ooh. What's that about?
Also, I don't actually have
Yeah.
control of my character.
Yeah, me neither. But I pulled out my own character and I have control of that.
Which I might be able to do. Let me find out.
Yeah, I was thinking might want to just, we could probably delete the ones that are there and pull out our own.
No, that doesn't work for me. I don't have a token in there.
Oh, I see. He probably just needs to click on this token and then put your name.
Yeah, it makes
in
it. Yeah. Just give me 1 second.
You can right click on his token and say add to initiative. It's at the very top. And then he can adjust it or whatever. If you're rolling through D&D Beyond or whatever.
Well, I know it works if I have control of it. If I click on a character, I just didn't click on it this time. My bad.
Right.
Alright.
Hello, you hear me?
Yes, you're a lot better.
I think it's been my uploads. Shit.
Welcome back.
I can't see
I
him.
can see him at this time. Yay!
You might need to reconnect. Andrew.
I can do that.
Sorry.
I can.
It's an infectious accent.
I can do that.
I did it.
I had a bit of a Southern Belle one time when I played a different character.
So,
And Alabama's different from Texas.
Rolling initiative.
Yes.
I need to make little
Okay.
characters for the kobolds.
And if you could delete the other me that's there, because I couldn't control that one, so I pulled out my own. So many things on your list that we're giving you to do.
So you get to hear that these are like werewolves or something?
Yeah, I yelled out lycanthropy. Or I should say whisper. Because, like, I didn't want to make them mad. So, like, oh. And that's why I said that. I couldn't hear their conversation, or I didn't think I could. So I just said, like, I don't think that they want us to be here. So that he would talk to them a little bit more.
Your second kobold was the shaman, I believe. So
Yep. I
there's
had an
those two.
archer and a
Oh, yeah, an archer.
and a shaman person.
The hooded figure is for Zan, correct?
Yes, and then the one with the mask is your dwarven ally, Balgraf.
So somebody has to put Zan's initiative in there.
What was your initiative, Zan?
18.
And
Yes, 18.
can I?
Your little friends go on your turn.
Okay. What about? Did you want me to control them, or did you?
I can do that right now.
Okay.
Controlled by...
I guess later, if you have like a character sheet, I could just use it as for everyone or whatever.
Yeah. I actually have a character sheet to link to them.
Oh, cool beans! That'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
Be able to see what they can do.
you most certainly can.
Do they just, that would be my other question. These are like special ones, but if I were to animate my own, they'd probably be like the regular ones that just like bash or whatever kind of thing, right?
These ones aren't really that special. They're like normal undead. When they die, they have undead fortitude. You roll to see if they stay alive. If they don't, they fall apart. If they do, they stay up at 1 hit point.
Okay, okay. Well, it's more or less like they'll, walk over there and go, roar, and hit things. Because they can't do special things. But
As long as they can hit things, we're good.
Yeah, they're zombies, so they just go and punch. But yeah, it's nice to have friends.
We need to get them some like rusty spears.
The shaman, though, I will warn you, does not have any of its magical abilities.
Yeah, that's why I was saying, it's like, he can go over there and just be like, oh. Yeah.
So, is
the
there
regular
anybody we're
undead
missing?
people.
Oh, no, mission.
Regular undead
I have to
folks.
roll.
But that's still cool that they look like that, because that's what they would look like anyways. So. They just look fancy, they just do normal stuff. I can move one, but I cannot move the other.
Yes. Just give me one moment. I want to get the bad guy's initiative in. So that
Digging
I
this
can...
music.
Yeah, I was looking at which one you picked, because I like this one.
I think it's called like aggressor, yeah. So I rolled a 6. That's really bad. So,
That is
I believe...
fantastic. Reed, you look a lot better.
Yeah, you're not blurry.
Thanks. We need to just see if I sound alright.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Yeah.
I could hear everybody. I think I was just having problems with my upload speed. It was just absolutely atrocious.
Alright, so top of the order. Zan.
Okay, so these are like full done werewolves with hair and everything like that, right?
Yep. Both the male and female elf wood elf have now transformed fully.
All right, so yeah, so Zan kind of um, you see him pull out his medallion around his neck, and he kind of has he's got a quarterstaff in his other hand, and he kind of comes together, and you see these little basically a little fireball type thing grow in his hand, and it's kind of a it looks like a fireball, but it's it's like yellow in color, and then more of a blackish hue around, rather than a typical fire would be. But anyway, so then he just goes ahead and shoots it at I'm gonna say the first one, the one closest.
Okay.
And he is going to miss. Like usual.
Like usual.
Usual for me, the player, not for Zan. Yeah, whatever.
Do the dice love us today or not?
I was trying to get the grass on fire there. Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That's okay. It happens.
Stay back, beast.
So you watch as the flames. Oh no, you don't hit.
No, I know. No
So
way.
the flames wrap across the grassy, the dry grassy land next to her, and you see the grass catch on fire. There's not a whole lot to keep the fire going, but you are causing fires in a part of a wooded area. Just keep that in mind. Is there anything you'd like to do as a bonus action or a movement?
No, I'm good right now.
Okay, so next up we have all right.
I guess I'll try. I mean, they haven't attacked us yet, but I'm sure they will, because you shot at them. So here I go. And, I will magically...
Like you guys weren't thinking that.
Yeah, of course she was. Okay, so I do the lady, then the guy, and then the lady. I need to make this so that the words come out. Here we go. Alright, those are the words. Forget the last one. Anyways, so 6 to the lady and 2 to the guy.
So the lady hollers out as 2 bolts hit her. The man moves a hand up and the bolt hits his hand, and you see it rips through the fur a little bit, but you see the fur is slowly starting to pull itself together. I need those who are proficient in either nature or survival to do a check.
Ooh, I am not that. And while that's happening, I tell them to go.
Nobody?
No, yeah, right. I tell them. I tell
Not
my.
me.
I tell
Okay,
Cody and
what about
Oldie to go
Arcana?
forward. Oh well, that I have. Boop.
I guess everybody's proficient in Arcana.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But I rolled a 10.
So,
Actually, I rolled 4, but I got a 10.
so Gisela,
He's here.
Gisela,
I know it's gonna be hard. That's okay.
Gisela, you notice werewolves typically have a regenerative ability. This is not just a werewolf's ability. You've seen this before in trolls.
Oh, good gracious.
So there's something going on with these creatures that it's almost like they've been messing with their own DNA.
Oh no.
But you did do some damage. Is there anything else you wanted to do, Gisela?
Yeah, have my minions go run towards them to bash them in their heads, and I'm gonna run around the corner.
The archer does have a bow, and I'll say 5 ramshackled arrows. If you click on, I think it's the archer. I already linked the character sheet to it.
Oh, double click. No, I just got the name token.
Might be the other one.
Okay. Oh, double click. Yep, got it.
Okay. So, I believe there's a sling attack, which is their equivalent.
No problem. Well then I will take my little behind and come back here and kind of hide. He's gonna come out and shoot at, let's see, actually, okay, so he can get a clearer shot. I think he'll come up a bit because, let's see, 5, 10.
I was gonna say, you're gonna hit Day if you have a line that goes through Day.
Okay, 20 is here. So he'll shoot at the lady since he.
Okay.
And then this one will just run up and try to, bash in the head. So.
I believe they have 25 feet movement.
Alright, so.
But you can use an action to dash if you want it to get up close.
Okay, so we'll do 25. Alright, so it's here because it says 30 on the sheet, so I'll just change that in a minute. All right, so
I always think
here.
that small creatures have 25. I thought that's how it typically is.
Monsters are different, but that's cool. No worries. The rivers, are they deep? Are they like?
They don't look too deep. They look like something you could wade into. You would probably be just past your shoulders. You might have to swim.
Yeah,
at
I'm
some
not
spot.
going in there. The kobolds, though. He can
The
get
kobolds
to.
are around the same height as you, right?
Oh no, I am a lot smaller.
Okay, then yeah, I'd say the kobolds are around 3 feet tall, so
Yeah,
3.5.
I'm tall. I'm tall. I'm just tinier than that. Okay, so he dashes and can't do anything, but he's here.
Okay. As he walks out of the river, you see the flesh that's still attached to his legs that were submerged is slowly melting off.
Ooh. Don't get in the river. Good to know. Okay.
Note to self.
Right. Does that take a hit point away or anything like that?
Once it becomes your turn again, he's going to continue to take 1d6 acid damage.
Okay.
But at the moment, it's just barely starting to eat away at his britches.
All right. All right. So this other one.
Do we all
however,
notice
he's
that?
Going to.
I'd say since all of you have a passive of 14, yes, I'd say you'd see that the river is eating away at its skin and flesh, or its flesh and clothes and such.
Mind the river. It looks very acidic and dangerous.
What a lovely forest.
I wonder if they all got black stuff in their veins.
Probably because they
Dang
drink
water. Yeah.
So the one that shoots the arrow from its small little ramshackled bow does not hit. As it goes towards the woman smacks the arrow out of the way with her claw. Will that be the end of your turn?
That's it.
All right, Day, it is your turn.
Day is going to do a couple things. First, he's going to he sort of reaches out his hand and well, that might be interesting. Let's try something. He reaches out his hand and sort of a green swirl spirals out towards the two of them, and then a small explosion of green goo. And that's not right. It's definitely not a DC of 0.
No.
But they can make a. I believe I'll be able to hit both of them. They need to make a dex save. The DC should be. Oh my goodness! Why is none of this?
Is your spellcasting ability linked up the
Yeah,
top?
sometimes I notice it.
It says 0 and 0.
Does it say none though? Your spellcasting ability? Does it say none or does it
Yeah. Let's try that. It should
click
be
it and change it?
intelligence. There we go. So DC is 14.
I was about to say, I think it should be 14.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't
It's
know why
alright.
it wasn't clicked.
It's all
Yeah, I noticed that some of these you have to tweak a bit.
Oof. All right. So one of them
good. That's
saves.
one. And the male does not, so
Okay. So
this guy right over here.
he's gonna take 10 acid.
Does the other one take half?
It's a cantrip, so probably not.
Nope. All right. What else?
So, after he does that, he is going to he is going to he's going to run if he can. He would like to skip across the water over to like.
Sorry.
Well, probably gonna go more like here and then here if you can.
So are you crossing the river?
Yeah, but he's gonna try to jump across.
Athletics check to see if you can make it across without accidentally getting in there.
Certainly. Athletics. Not my strong suit. A 12.
A 12. All right. The DC wasn't too hard, but you land and you almost fall backwards into it, but you catch yourself.
I should have done a tumble across. All
I
right.
mean, if you can think of a way that a check might work better than what I suggest, I love it when people are
no
like, "Hey, can I do a survival to see if there's a thinner spot, or do acrobatics, do parkour?" But
It's all good. So I think that is the extent of what Day is doing for the moment.
all right,
He has his short bow at the ready.
So
Did they
after
seem
Day-
to? Did he seem to take the brunt of that damage, or did he seem to resist any of it?
He seemed to take the normal amount that you would expect him to.
Okay, great.
He doesn't seem resistant to acid. He is going to leap. He's gonna have to leap twice. So let's start with his first leap. Oh. Alright. So the puppy leaps, and then as he catches his footing, you see the ground that he's standing on breaks away, and the lower half of him gets submerged in this river. You see him pulling himself out, and the fur already starting to shrink on his body as it's eaten away. He's going to make a second leap to go across the other side of the river.
As he runs away, this guy is gonna pop him.
Yep.
Or try to. I should
That's
say.
gonna hit. That's gonna hit.
Oh.
Just barely.
Okay. I'm gonna say or try.
So the second leap he does phenomenally and does not get hit with any more acid. 4 damage. All right. So he went 5. 15, 20.
I don't know what that is. Ignore the +1 on the side. It's
Oh, okay,
just
so
3.
three.
No,
It was
the
if it had
advantage.
advantage or whatever. Not advantage.
you crit.
Critical if you did a whatever. I can't think at the moment.
All right.
A crit. Whatever. I don't
So-
know.
That werewolf is going to run up to your archer, and it's going to make an attack.
So it's 3. Wow, that's lame.
I believe a 23 is going to hit your kobold.
Yeah, it is. Oh well. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt. It won't hurt. Oh.
All
that
right.
hurt.
So I need you to roll a. I don't remember how the
Con.
rule works. I'm going to make a ruling
It's
right
a
now.
con save.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I was just going to have you roll a d6 like the fire breath rules. Roll a d6 on a 4 or a 5. You save.
If you
But make
want,
a
I
con
can do that if that's what you prefer.
I was just going to make a ruling on the spot because I don't like wasting time looking up rules. But no, if it's a con save, definitely do a con save.
Yeah, it's a con save. But
Ugh.
it's
All
yeah,
right.
It would have to be
So-
a 6 + 5 or something like that. That's what it was.
5 plus the damage taken.
Zombies.
I don't think an 8 would make it, would it?
Yeah, it
So-
says the DC is 5 plus the damage taken. Yeah. So
Okay,
it says 6
so
plus 5 is 11 is DC. 8 doesn't cut.
okay. Nope. So this werewolf grabs a hold of the head of your kobold as he makes eye contact with you and crushes it
Oh, no.
with its claw. It doesn't have any more movement, so his friend's gonna go,
Yeah, alright, well, it's dead.
and she's going to attack your other kobold.
Ooh, now you did it. You killed one of her friends.
Oh, yeah. That hits.
Pet, unrecognized roll. I didn't hit the space. Alright, make another con save.
Alright. I'm just rolling terribly. Yeah, this one dies too.
The
They were
female
useful for
runs
2
up.
seconds.
Grabbing a hold of the kobold and then dunking it into the acid river. As you just see the hand that was all bony just start floating away. Unfortunately, we have had our first 2 fatalities in this game.
No, my friend.
Do you mind if I rename this zombie and put the stats in for zombies? Because if I animate dead, it's either a skeleton or a zombie. So can I fiddle with it now that they're dead?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, crap. Goodbye,
So-
friends. You were useful for 2 seconds.
Thogar, it is your turn. You see these werewolves just tear apart these little
Ooh,
kobolds.
excuse me, sorry, y'all.
Yeah, I looked at Gisela and see if she's upset.
I look
She
exactly
looks-
the same.
I'm sure
No.
they're just running
I
down her
look
face.
exactly the same. No.
Oh.
Like, yeah.
But are you upset?
I am,
You killed.
but I
Okay.
think you would have to know me a little bit longer, just because I never have any expression but the same weird, awkward expression on my face all the time.
I give you a look. Pretty sure she does. That was not a good move. You're gonna upset her.
There's
And I'll
my
move
fireball.
And I pull out my great axe. And I will Sure, why not? I'll go into a rage,
All right.
and I will reckless attack this guy.
All right.
There. You shouldn't have done that. You creepy little bastard. And 2 attacks. 24.
24 definitely hits.
And a 23.
Definitely hits again.
Alright, so 15 and a 5. Oh, wow, that was garbage.
All right. So your first strike, you strike in and it inserts about 2 or 3 inches into the clavicle. And then it lurches at you and you butt it with the back of your weapon and bring it down into its side. It looks like it's taken the brunt of that, and you see the wounds that it's taken before are slowly starting to stitch themselves back together.
I'll have none of that.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that'll be it. I'm just gonna find a token to let you know that I recklessly attacked, so they haven't managed to hit me.
Yes.
That will do.
Well done, friend Thogar.
Let's go.
But look, they heal themselves.
Well, I'm just gonna have to hit them harder then, aren't I?
Quite right.
That's why, with fire doesn't heal real well. And with that, you see something similar like you did before. And a claw comes out. 15 hit?
15 does hit.
It's on that one, by the way.
Oh.
So 10 damage. And it's fire damage, so I'm hoping to like at least singe his hairs and make him not heal up, hopefully.
The 3 of you with the higher passive perception do notice that which one got hit with the flame? Okay.
That one.
The one that's taken a lot of damage. You notice that the healing instantly stops.
Whoa, see?
Wait, with fire?
Something about the
With fire?
something about the flame.
Okay.
Something about the flame made the healing stop. Is there anything else you want to do? Bonus action, movement.
Yeah, I kind of want to. Crap! I still don't have control of my bog there.
1 second.
The acid didn't seem to have a similar effect.
No.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You should be able to have control of it now.
Yep.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Move him back here, kind of behind this rock.
All right.
I'm good. That's it.
So after you, someone I had forgot to put into the initiative, Balgraf is going to shoot his crossbow at the male
Uh-oh.
right over the dead kobold.